What up, everyone?
Unbelievable the scale of production that we've got here.
I know
Yeah.
it's
Just hit
high
a
tech
button.
over
Absolutely
here.
love Chaos Goblin's new intro.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
groovy little thing.
It's
It's
so
awesome.
funky. I love it.
It still catches me by surprise every time I hear it.
I like watching it. I think it's just so creative. So it's awesome.
And a
But
great way to start the show. But even
yeah,
though I think it's probably visibly or audio apparent at this point, we're missing Rev. He's now the executive producer. He no longer, he just sets everything up for us and lets it ride. No, all teasing aside. We're missing him too. He's tied up and and chained down and all sorts of metal and trying to cut himself out of it. So
My big
um,
question is who books an escape room when you know you're going to record a podcast?
so that's what they called it. I mean, I saw the swings and the leather and the whips. I didn't know it was called an escape room, but I guess that's the whole theme of it.
I think that
If you
I
can
think that
escape,
one's a no escape room.
yeah, well, tied up enough is the way we got to it, right? I mean, but it's good to have him. Thank you, Gromy, for joining us. And I know you've seen us, and then the ones that are audio. Let's start off with you. Welcome to the evening there, Howling. Too Tall, and our
So
guest,
Thank you.
GrowmieDust, joining us. So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This is my first time on the circle here. Oh, now it's kind of like a triangle or.
Oh, we're definitely four
where's
works in a circle. Four definitely works in a circle. That's the behest of this. As much as we need our fearless leader in this, that there's always four of us that can play this game. So, and you've got the three other ones on here. So glad to have you, man. What's new? What's going on in your garden these days?
Oh, I'm just starting again. Kind of. I've switched up quite a bit this year. I'm now in. I got two earth boxes going in my 4x4, so I'm completely organic in those now. And earth boxes. I picked up new moon covers. I kind of splurged on my 4x4 tent, and so I've got those going. Of course, I'm going to jump right into it, and I'm abusing myself with Sunny Tea. Uh, that thing is already. I've been trying to keep it about the same height as everything else growing, and it just does not want to
No,
cooperate at all. And
no,
it's less than like, I think I went back 45 minutes later, and it was already peaking back up like from where I had bent it. It was just like, are you kidding me? And
yeah, yeah. I've got one that's just firing pistols left and right, and side branching here, there, and everywhere, and outgrowing and outshining everything else in the tent. So
it is an impressive plant
yeah,
so far.
yeah.
I can't
And
wait to grow mine.
and
I,
you've got it in the earth box too, no less than, and so it's got a huge battery for it to take off in as well.
Yeah, and it was supposed to have company too, and I wasn't successful in getting company in there,
Mhm.
so it's now in its own by so I'm preparing for it. I'm preparing to be just swamped, like, and everything else is pretty slow, so it's kind of I have a tropical popesicle in my little
Nice.
owl. I got a little owl pot that I kind of sit on a
I love that
AC
thing.
base. I usually try to do a night owl or kind of a friend grow in that thing, and it's also been an organic. And the tropical popesicle has been kind of keeping up with Sunny Tea a little bit. The mango smile is
Hmm.
that thing is just a tiny little bush. It does not want to grow tall, but it is throwing out branches left and right, and it is just going to be. I'm going to have a soccer ball, but it's going to be dense.
Hopefully you'll get the. I love the ones that give the kind of dumpstery mango fermented terps that come off of those old school mango smiles.
mine was just complete fermented mango.
Hmm.
But I don't know if it's stretched super high. I trained it, so it's really hard to understand what's stretched or not.
Yeah,
It definitely had a lot of branches on it.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and that Mango Smile's been one because I joined right at the tail end of the first grow along of YAG, which was the Mango Smile.
hmm
I came in at the Night Owl grow along, and so I kind of heard everybody talking their smoke report. So Mango Smile was kind of one of those, like, chasing. I was hoping to find something, and actually got it through Matty Bloom when he came through.
Oh, nice.
So it went right into, it was no question, it went right into an earth box. It's kind of been, like I said, it's kind of been one of those chasing. I was looking for it. So I wish it was a little bit bigger, kind of seeing, but I guess, Sunny T is going to outshine everything. So
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to compare with that.
It'll balance your 10 out in there.
Yep.
And you've got the space for that. You'd be surprised what might come out of that little gallon. Is a gallon plus of soil in the owl?
Yeah, it's about a gallon.
And then it sits on that disc. I mean, it's amazing what you can grow if there's constantly something for it to sip on.
Yep. I think everything I do will always be sip from this point. I'm even talking sip outdoors, like, it just, we are, it's easier for me because I can't always get, I was doing hand waters when I was using salts a couple of years ago, and it became such a, like, I'm a creature of routine. I love routine. It was like, okay, Saturday and Wednesday I can do it, but then any little hiccup to routine it threw me off. And it just I love sips now. I love it's so easy.
I don't think I've ever heard of anyone going, like, trying out a sip and they're like, I hated it. I went back to hand watering.
I just didn't get the results. You know what I mean? It just didn't work.
I hated that big ass Easy Plant. Sorry.
Yeah, well, and I've got auto pots in my 8x4, so I've got I'm kind of though, and I bought the New Moon Grows covers for them, trying to keep my soil a little bit longer and reusing it. I was pretty bad at my recycling of soil, so I was kind of, one or two and then buying a new set. I was really, supplementing out in our garden, but as we needed new soil out in the garden too, I was bringing out my used soil, but it was just kind of one of those, I need to get better about it. So that's kind of part of why I've switched to organic, and I've been doing a lot more, keeping my own soil going a little bit longer. Those bags help retain that moisture so much better than what I was doing before. So I'm looking forward. I got my photos going right now. I usually do photos in springtime, so I've got a photo tent and an auto tent essentially now.
Nice.
Well, I saw that your wife made plant marker tags, right?
Yeah, those are awesome.
And I was scoping those out, and so I don't know. I mean, you could tell us what's in your photo tent, but I saw some of them. Like I quickly noticed the jinx proof ones.
Yeah. So my wife, she's been making me plant tags. I'd probably say for like the last year and a half or so. It's just something she likes to do. She likes, just use it. She's now doing paint markers, and just something creative to do.
Super cool.
And so I've got, let's see, jinx proof. I have watermelon caper and 9-pound hammer going. I have, was part of the Unseen University is another Discord. It's got a lot of Cat Dad and others hang out there. They had a white elephant, and I was gifted a cross of Pineapple Under the Sea from CSI Humboldt, crossed with their Air Force One. And so, especially when people send me stuff, I like to try to, put something in. So I said, why not? And I've got a couple of those going. I've got 2 different types of Panama Red. I got one from Swami Seeds. I'm hoping that one is a little bit more authentic. At least it seems to have a story behind it, instead of just it's Panama Red and we don't know where we got it. We have no story behind it. So I'm hoping it's a little bit more official. It's something my father-in-law is very hopeful for. He, smoked it back in the day. Yeah, I was hoping to find something. So I've grown it well, I've grown the one of the packs I have is the one I don't know where it's from. It's it was bought. The company doesn't even exist anymore. Like they sold it as a land race and no story. Here you go. Here's your seed. I mean, I've grown it once. We enjoyed it. I mean, everything you grow is better than Dispo. So yeah. But I'm hoping it's a true, it kind of gets that nostalgia back for it. So we got that going. I've got, what else do I've got? I've got a Tangy Photo. That's going to go outside. We're going to see if we can beat the.
So you want 35-foot tall plant? Okay, got you.
Well, and I'm in the woods, so it's not going to get that tall. So it's
just
I mean,
blowing in the wind.
Yeah, I'm hoping for like a big bamboo stalk. Is kind of what I'm hoping for.
I had 1 gallon Tangy Fox Toe get 6 feet tall. So okay. We'll see what happens with yours.
Yeah, it's
good
be
luck.
Fun. And that's the one I'm gonna put the ACI base out. Like that's
nice, like an outdoor.
Yeah,
even better.
Yeah, it's gonna be outdoor. I've got Sin City Seeds. I got the Lime TK that I won from the giveaway from the last pool.
Nice.
So that's going. Like I said, I like to try to put stuff in. If somebody gives me something, I try to put it in. If I don't like to let things sit. So like I plan August Automatica. I got his Mango Isle, I think is what he calls it, is going to go in. That's going to go in once I get probably, well, depending on how big Sunny T is, I was going to plan to do kind of perpetual and put something in on the offside, but we'll see if Sunny T makes that a viable option.
I love that little dig. I like to grow right away when people send me. And he's going to be like, how's that black seed going?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're part of the no grow gang over there.
For right now. That's going to change soon.
There it is.
Rev knows my weakness, which is growing with homies. If you can find, like, not just like, I mean, we're all growing with each other, but if you find like something I can grow that you're also growing, like that is such a damn weakness for me. And he knew it too. And all of a sudden he's like, hey, we could grow some nightall together. I was like,
just need a good grow along.
Here we go. And that's all it took. It was like, there's my excitement and dopamine again.
There it is.
Yeah,
I knew it was just a matter of time.
If it wasn't for that Fruitful Seeds, I probably would have bought something as well.
Did you get that purple peels or whatever?
I did.
Oh, awesome.
So I am, my goal is hopefully to try to wash next winter. So I am looking at trying to get that Fruitful going this fall and prep for next winter.
Now your method, like you haven't washed before?
Nope. I have bags. I've got, the 5-gallon bucket bags. I've had them. I've wanted to, wash before. And never got around to it.
What's your plans for drying it? I mean, I'm just like, as of today, I was just talking about like wanting to wash.
I have no major plans.
Okay.
I have a good source where I could probably get some clean pizza boxes, and that was kind of where I was going to go when the time came. But I'm also like, man, I hope I can like save some money and not buy all these seeds, and maybe I could fund a something to what is it, the not freeze dry. Freeze dry.
Yeah, I was actually surprised when I saw the small home one is $1,600 right now.
I think
instead of the $2,400.
Yeah, I think there's some that are even like $1,500 now.
Wow.
And I figure, wait till 420 or 710 deals. Maybe they'll have a discount.
It's all those damn homesteaders that are making their freeze-dried candies and shit.
Yeah, but
we're paying usually we pay the Canada tax. We're paying the homesteader tax on this one. Like every homesteader, they talk about like self-sufficiency and living off the land and doing it ourselves, and then you see the freeze dryer they use. It's like, what?
I mean, as somebody who does a lot of preservation of their garden stuff at times, I could understand like the freeze dryer would help immensely with certain.
Oh, I'm sure. So yeah, that'd be cool because I'm at the point now where my wife is smoking only rosin now. Like flour does nothing for her. Like it doesn't even touch it. So rosin it is, but she's also up to about 1 gram a day. And so to make that, usually like generally it's 7 grams of flour I can press and get 1 gram of rosin ish, somewhere around there. That's a lot of fucking work all the time. And so I just would like to take a big batch, wash it, press it, be done. It's better quality too, and she'll enjoy it more. But honestly, it's more for me. It's just I can get a huge batch done and get a lot done at once instead of these little 7 gram bags I'm pressing. And it's like, so filling the pre-press mold, getting it in the bag, pressing it, getting it off the paper, each 7 grams of flour, I mean, I'm instantly looking at least 5 minutes of work. And so I try to like do some things in parallel. What ends up happening is as I have something pressing and I have the timer going, I'm doing something else to prepare the next one. And then I forget the thing I'm pressing. And then it's just like, shit, there's 5 minutes on the plates. Great. So I am really thinking just to find some good washers for her and do something. And I was even looking at Shangolos or whatever from Shaping Fiery podcast. He had a YouTube video where he had a gentleman on talking about the Buchanan funnel, which is just like this funnel system with a pump, and it gets most of the moisture out to where like once you spend 10 minutes pulling it through that filter with the vacuum pump, I think it's only maybe 2 days in a pizza box somewhere. And you could even put it in like a 50% room that's just generally room temp, leave it for a couple days, and that's it. Instead of like the 10 to 12 days or whatever that air drying in a pizza box wet would be like. So I might have to try something because this ain't working out. This is not sustainable. It's like every other night I'm pressing a few more grams, and it's like shit.
Oh, I'm not that fancy. I think, the freeze dryer would be best case scenario. If not, it'd be like the bags. I'm about ready to do the shop vac under a bag. You seen people doing that?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Trying to pull the water off from the bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've seen all sorts of like shortcuts now, and there's like this guy that does like a bunch of 3D printed stuff and has these discs that you take the shop vac and like you put the hash on top and there's a shop vac on the bottom. It pulls the air through and stuff, and it's kind of like the same thing as the Buchanan funnel with the pump. It's just now it's instead of $200 of equipment and it's also electrical. Like you have this cheap plastic filter set and you just need a shop vac. So I don't know. It's a good time to try. I don't know, but my howling tech mind is like, those are all shortcuts. Get the fucking freeze dryer and just call it a day. I will, every time I think I'm gonna do one of these solutions, and I used to do this in home brewing, every time I was disappointed and I would go buy the real thing. It's like that. I hate hassle. I just hate it's every little sharp edge, like every little thing that doesn't work perfectly because it's a DIY thing. And so it's not going to work perfectly. And I notice every one of those little fucking things. And it just drives me nuts until it's like, I'm just going to go buy the fucking thing and be done.
Well, and then look at it this way. If you do end up getting it, let's just hypothetically say that you get it, right? You're probably going to end up searching out
Etsy.
This is really searching out the real hashers, the real dumpers, and you'll probably need to buy some more seeds from this howling that are probably going to be more focused into that. So, I mean, you might as well. Well,
I do already have some bloom gear.
There you go.
And I'm going to be picking up very soon a pack of the missing bow. So I'll have that in my arsenal. And then I have a lot of archive stuff, and a lot of archive stuff washes. So I got plenty of things. And then we got Alabria. He has some things that wash pretty well. I see people do it. And so I have the seeds. I'm sure I'll acquire more. But yeah, I think I have the bags. I have everything else. It's just that drying thing I get stuck on. It's like, I know a lot of people have success with air drying. It's just, I don't know. I don't know.
So what is the ideal moisture content then to get it down to, or like?
Well, I think when I was watching Frenchie's video where he had an air drying room, I think his room was like 35%. 40%. Okay. So it was pretty dry, but it was also really cold. It was like 55 degrees. So you have to have a cold, dry room. People do it in refrigerators, and that's like also what the buffer is with the pizza box. It's the cardboard that's under there that can pull away moisture and balance things. And it's also closed, so it's a little micro environment in there. So that helps out a lot. But the refrigerators I have, while they can stay cold, they usually are a little bit higher in humidity than when I've measured them. So I don't know if I trust that. People do wine fridges like the Canitrols, like you do it there. Maybe this is where I two birds one stone. I just get my Canitrols and I just use that to air dry once in a while and I'm done.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe by the time I get around to doing this, that's when Canitrol has released that. Like sometime this year, they're releasing a Canitrol that is 5 times the size, and they promise it will not be 5 times the cost. The biggest thing is not the equipment or anything; it's the shipping.
4.9.
Yeah.
So I'll see how much that is because I can't use just one Canitrol; it wouldn't even take care of one plant for me. And so, but if they had something like that, and I could get it into the ideal dry environment, like after I have sucked away a lot of the moisture and microplaned it and put it in the box, maybe I just stack some boxes in there and keep it the right environment for a few days. And I don't know. And it just works for drying the flower that I want because I only smoke flowers. So,
I mean, if you're saying 55 degrees and 35% humidity, that should be very doable in the Canitrol.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. Frenchie's video is he had like this whiteout room and then he had wire shelving mounted to the walls and parchment on top and just lined all those shelves around the walls with microplaned hash and let it go. So I don't know. Something to think about. I can't wait to watch Gromie go through this. I probably still will not be doing it by the time he gets around to it. So
and I have a lot of things I like to say I'll do, and then time gets the best of me. So, still catching up with things I said I want to do like 3 years ago. Things I want to grow 3 years ago. No,
I feel that with every bit of my soul.
Yeah, it's been especially got a toddler now at the house, at home has changed a lot of things. It was easy to grow when there was no kids in the house, and then not too hard when it was he was an infant, and then now he's a toddler and he's getting in the tent with me. He wants to be in there anytime we go. He wants to be in there. So we go down. I grow in my basement, and he's instantly wants to go look at it. Or we grow our vegetables too, so he's joining us in that and jumping in our vegetable garden stuff that we have. And he's planted beans with us, and they're already going, which they're just the beans are going to be sacrificial up here at this point. They're way too early.
Yeah. Are you starting anything for your spring garden now? I mean, I think this weekend I'm going to be starting some seeds.
Yeah, we start really early since we're still in the middle of winter. It's not even like winter goes through April, easily. We're we're not out of it until like last year we had that big ice storm and it was April. So we are not out of any of it. So we start indoors almost every year. We've started our tomatoes and our jalapenos already.
Nice.
So we get that going. I've also started tamarillos. It was a pickup from Rare Seeds. It was one of their new, like they kind of pushed it.
Yep, I remember seeing it.
We'll see how it goes. After kind of like I read their hype and said, why not pick them up? And then I read all the reviews for them, and it's like, yeah, these things aren't very good. They grow great, but they're not very tasty like they say they are. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Maybe it's just how they're grown or where they're grown. Or I still got those. Got a small pot of those going. They said they're very what is it called? Well, they self-starting. They will self-seeding. So I'm hoping to keep them contained. I got them in a small pot that I'm gonna probably stunt it. They say they also gets really big. So that's one of the new things I'm picking up this year. But yeah, tomatoes and peppers are started this weekend. We're supposed to be doing flowers, and we got several flowers that need like stratification. What is it? Stratification? I can't say that word. Not right now, at least. Where they got to be cold. You got to get them.
Oh yes, yeah.
So
you got to get the seeds frozen first, and then
lavender is usually one of them that we do. So we'll get stuff going this weekend is usually when we got the most time. We'll get the kid going with us, and he's right in there. I mean, every time he's filling pots for us right now, he just wants to play in the dirt mostly. So that's kind of cool. But it doesn't work well when you want you're protective of your plants, and he wants to just climb in and play and see everything growing. And so it's been fun and challenging. We've had a couple. I don't want to call them accidents. I mean, that's the right word probably, but like things get bumped over, or so.
Sure.
Navigating stuff like that, and it's been a interesting challenge lately.
Yeah, I just this weekend I start several of my flowers too. I'm doing all ornamental flowers from Baker Creek, rare seeds as well. I love them.
Yeah.
And I think I've got some starting this weekend, and then there's another set in like a week or two, and then I'm just going to direct sow all of my sunflowers this year.
Nice.
So I think I've got a pretty good spread. I'm really looking forward to what the season's going to be. Like you, I used to take all my soil, I still continue to do upcycle. I call it upcycle my soil into my garden. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'll use it for a few rounds until I just feel like it's pretty well spent. Like I would really need to definitely re-amend it altogether.
Yeah.
The last round I tried to, typically I'll take it out of the big auto pot and just kind of re-amend the soil and then refill the pot.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to just not do that, and too much root growth was at the bottom of it. It was really, really clear that I need to do that. So I started with fresh round of soil as well, and night and day difference. But even the old soil that's used up from the last few grows of cannabis, still great soil for the outside. It gets amended out there with a bunch more castings and that sort of stuff. So
yep, and I was gonna say I do that when I dump stuff out there. I've been starting to take my indoor gardening stuff outdoors, and man, do they love it. We put
it's almost like top dressing, right?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it. I was using a bunch of my build a soil stuff out there last year. They my tomatoes, my peppers, they all love it. So it's just kind of started. What Rev says, complete the cycle. Is that what it is?
Yeah. I mean, I still feel like even though it's sitting in my yard out there, I mean, it's better that I upcycle it into there rather than it just sit in a buckets or.
Yeah.
And I'm even trying to think about this year what I could do is now I've got a lot of house plants that are starting to get a little overgrown that I'm thinking about propagating out and giving out as gifts in summertime, late summer.
That's one of my favorite activities.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting sparked on it, and I've got this giant. I still have a was it the 5x9 or no 4x8, whatever that was for the gorilla. I have one of those giant ones that I'm always like tempting myself, like let's just set up a little incubator in the garage. Like I have a gas heated garage. It's really nice and warm out there, and like I could just pop a couple of my old small lights in there and, I'll just keep it going for do I really need another fucking tent just for houseplants and like propagation and plant starts and that sort of stuff? So
you say that we have one. My wife has her Haworthias that she grows, and she's got an entire tent system herself now. And that's kind of, I've got like some of her little plants. I take cuttings if they drop or they're, I'll take one and throw it in dirt. If it survives, cool. I've got a new desk plant. If not, no harm, no foul. We got plants everywhere in the house now. So it's kind of, I love it. I love having house plants, and I just like growing stuff at this point.
Yeah, man.
I wish I could keep up with it. I mean, I have a couple house plants that are just sitting in this room with me, and they're not ones I really wanted. They were inherited from, unfortunately, like wakes when someone passes or something. When it was a family member, I get the plants, except for the aloe plant. That one I did buy. And I suck at taking care of them. Actually, looking at the peace lilies I have, and they're starting to droop because I haven't watered them. I neglect them, and they're right fucking here, and I neglect them. It's terrible.
You need like low maintenance ones. I have several that are like you can forget to water them for long periods, and they're
That's
fine.
what I like. I think these are called these. I have a couple of these that I think they're vining ones. I think they're pothos or something.
Yeah, pothos. Yeah.
They don't care about light. They don't care about water. They don't care about shit.
They
They
just
just
grow.
grow in anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I love those.
I think I tend to overwater all my house plants is my problem, because I have to tell myself, like, okay, these are not Canada's. They're not drinking as fast as I'm used to. I don't need to water it every other day. Just because it's a little dry does on the top doesn't mean it needs water.
You don't need 1,000 ppfd.
No. No. Tried that too. Like, oh, that doesn't look very good. We'll just shove it underneath, because I've got that little 1,000-watt spider farmer that I do all my bonsais underneath the kitchen counter. And it's like, oh, I'll fucking throw it near there. It just needs a little bit of light. And then I go like 3 days later, and it's just like, stay away. Burnt, bright.
I thought I was going to do that. I my aloe plant, I'm testing out some company that just came on the scene. Like, I never heard of them before, and all of a sudden now they have these like all sorts of different lights. And one of them is this base that has an arm on it that has like a ring light at the top of it.
Yep.
But I got one of those above my aloe plant, and it seems to like it quite a bit. I think that'd be pretty cool if I wanted to stick it like in a bathroom or something and give it light. But the rest are just under like 20-watt Amazon normal grow bulbs to put in a lamp. And even then, I think that's sometimes a little too much light.
Yeah.
Houseplants don't require a whole lot, but we want to love them.
Yeah, and they don't always like the kind of soil that we have, you know.
No, definitely not.
That's my problem too. I'm like, oh, everything's gonna love Build a Soil 3.0.
I switched. We have 3 plants that my wife takes care of in the kitchen, and we switched 2 of them. I have to do the third, but 2 of them to their Build a Soil has a houseplant mix. It is the chunkiest damn thing. It is mostly pumice. Like, that is mostly what it is. Which works because in the ones in the kitchen, 2 of them are Christmas cacti, and so they like that kind of stuff. They do really well in it.
Do you remember when he did a series of houseplants?
Yes. He had a 10. He had the tropical 10.
Yeah, the tropical 10. And that was like early on. I think
that's when I bought the bag of, like, there was around then he was experimenting with some stuff and then came up with that houseplant mix.
Yep.
Which is just basically, I think, Build a Soil light with a shitload more pumice in it. I mean, I'll have to take a picture of this. It is, you just look at it's just a rock that this plant's growing out of almost. It's hard to tell if it's like moist enough or not. It's been a little bit of a challenge, but luckily they're cactuses, so they can go a bit dry. I need, actually, that reminds me of the neglect I have right now for my aloe plant, as I need to transplant it. It's like it's growing out. It's in like a small little plot that it was mailed in. But I want to plant it in that stuff and see how well it does. But so far it seems good. Yeah, they definitely don't like the hotter soils. They do not like, I have not had much luck with the Build a Soil type soils for houseplants. They get finicky. They just do not like it. And it probably holds on to moisture quite well, which we love, but houseplants don't like that.
Yeah. No, they want that dry back, that search for that. Yep. That was one of the things I focused on. I think one of the keys that I'm really learning in this in this round of growing is how much dry back, even in like living soil like this, to get them to chase the roots in the autopot system to get down into the water column, versus I really believe that in the last few rounds I've top watered too much and did not see the deep root growth that I was looking for. And I see it. I'm trying to do it again with the earth box. I've got some photos going, and it's so tempting to water them on the daily. And I'm like, okay, I'm seeing like the top 2-3 nodes worth of growth looking fresh and bright and green. It's just searching, just chill. I got
a lot better with, now that I run dual zone sensors. So instead of the EcoWood at the top, I also have one buried maybe an inch or 2 inches from the bottom, so I could see both moisture levels. And yeah, the top gets a lot drier really quick, but I'm looking at the bottom number. I'm like, it ain't so dry yet. And I know when I transplant or I plant in there, like how far down that's going. And I'm like, I'm going to let the top right out a little bit. It's going to go searching for that water. And then
Mhm.
what I'll end up doing is controlled bottom watering. So like I won't turn a res on. I won't fill up a whole earth box or so. It's just a little bit to moisten it up,
Like
just to
just in
keep
the
that
bottom of the
moisture
tray.
there. So it keeps on seeking it out and going
Yeah.
towards it. And it's not until like I feel that it's consistently drinking from lower down that I will turn on anything.
Right.
And it works out. It's worked. I've done that for a couple rounds now, and it works out really well. If you can
Mhm.
try to encourage it to go seek the water down below.
Yeah, I think the rule of thumb I was holding on to when I first got the auto pots and kind of started running with them was like I wouldn't turn the system on until the leaves were kind of at the edge of where the pot, right? And then I was like, okay, well now it's established a pretty good root system, but I'm pretty convinced now that I just did not get deep because I watered too much. Even though I was watering a liter per pot at a time, like pretty controlled, I think I was just keeping that top 3 inches worth of soil really well hydrated, and it was not searching. Like it just didn't need to. And then I turned it on too early. And then also I didn't let it dry back fully in between. I think that was the big key. So I think I just planted too quickly in between when I tried to redo it. So, lessons learned. But I think that was the big one for this one, was trying to get them to drive their roots down into that water column.
Well, and these plants are so reactive. It's sometimes hard to not, you see them droop and you want to give them water and immediately. And I did. My wife was changing her fish tank, so I gave my plants, my small little photos, some fish water.
That nice
and
little
those
cocktail.
things are just happy as can be. And that was the first time I've ever tried it. And so I'm now like, well, when's the tank need to be cleaned again? Like I got to start scheduling this,
I was just listening to a podcast. I haven't finished it yet. I think it was on, was it From the Stash? They had potent ponics or something, I think, on there talking about natural gardening methods. And one of them was the aquaponics. And this whole method for how you suck off different layers of water through filtration, you get different.
Really?
It's more than I'm just going to take a pitcher and grab a jug of water and pour it on my plants, which you can do. I think Rev does that. But setting up like flood and drain trays that pulls off a certain amount of water from different sections of the aquarium, floods the trays, and then flushes it back out and puts it back into the aquarium, and it's like this loop. And yeah, that's fucking wild. And I forget all the details at this moment, but it was enough that like I'll put it on my list. Maybe 5 years from now I'll actually get around to it. But it sounds really interesting to try that. And you get fish. You can have fish and shit, and it's kind of
Fish
fun.
and shit.
Fish and shit. Yes, fish shit.
Those huge projects are always so cool, though. It's like that. There's that one that gets shared every so often, where he's got like a whole like creek running through.
Yellow skunk.
Yellow skunk.
That thing is impressive too. Like, he's got fish and he's got like whole zones in there.
Yeah, complete. It's a complete protein or like complete system, and I'm pretty sure he just ends up adding water every so often. Otherwise, it just takes care of itself.
It's insane.
That's so cool too.
And it's not just like if you listen to some of it, it's not just like he slapped some shit together. Like he intentionally picked out what the layers that it's built out of, and then even like with the creek that's running through it, the materials that I forget what forms the creek, but the way that it wicks the water away from the creek and stuff, it was all intentional. I don't think he got it good at the first time. I think he's went through some iterations. I think he's talked about it. He's replaced pieces of it to figure it out. But like I think he's getting it dialed in now, where it's just a complete ecosystem running.
It's like day 700 soil. Yeah, literally the ultimate living soil.
That's
and it's and I think when I seen it recently, it's like day 700 and something or another, and he's got 3 or 4 plants in flower, but they're next to a giant monstera, and It's
I
like
can't
perfect.
imagine like with us, like we've had pests and stuff, and so we're just like at some point we're like, or there's a soil problem. Like I think Stony, you were just going through this where you refreshed your soil and was battling something. How the fuck do you do that with that? Like you're stuck with what you got mostly.
Yeah.
Same way you do with your garden. You start fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the amount of work, but I mean that definitely shows the passion for the hobby, for just of growing. and
Is
just
that not like a
cultivating.
full-time job for him at that
I
point?
imagine
Like,
is.
Well, he's
I,
adding
I,
more to it. Is the most recent
is
update that I've
he?
seen. Yeah, he's got a giant
Oh,
pond on the lower level now that he's doing, and he just started laying out. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. It's it's that
I'm
rabbit
so
hole.
scared of water in the basement anyways.
see,
Yeah,
that's the one thing I do love is all my tents are in a room with a floor drain. It's like, but also that's a downside too because that room is where my forgot the name of the pump. It's
Sump
there's
pump.
there is a sump pump, but it's not just water taking like water from around your house, pumping it away from the house. It is gray water. It grinds it. Like, so I have a toilet and a sink that will drain into that sump pump as well. And it's a sump pump that has a blade system on the bottom that grinds it all up and chucks it away. And I have a slop sink that goes in there. Yeah, it's not cool when that backs up. And my grow room's right there. That sucks.
Oh, yeah.
But otherwise, it's really nice having a floor drain right there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh shit, I've done this so many times where I have a tankless RO system because most of the time, within less than 10 minutes, I can get a gallon of water out of it. So it's quick enough for me. But I do have some 5-gallon jugs that I'll fill once in a while. And yeah, I forget because
Dude, I'm wincing because I
it's
literally
all over the floor.
It's not on the floor, but I just because it's in my slop sink in like the
Yeah.
5-gallon jugs, and I just went in there
That
and
would
I'm
have been
like,
smarter if I put it.
I'm like,
God,
I think this
so
2
much
days,
smarter.
dude. I think it's been running for 2 fucking days.
It did. I had one go for over a day, and then it all of a sudden occurred to me, like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
And
that
sure
just
enough,
happened to me, dude. That literally
Yep.
fucking happened to me like an hour ago. Like came downstairs and I looked at it and I was like, oh shit. And then I started doing the math. I'm like, I just filled the res like 2 days ago. So oh fuck. Oh fuck.
See,
Here
I'm
we
doing the
go.
math because we have so I think we're the second highest city in Illinois for water rates because we have privatized water. Stupidest decision this village ever made. And I pay a couple $100 a month for water. And so every time I waste water, it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
I'm
thanks.
starting to like think, oh, there's goes
Oh,
the
I don't wanna
college
think
fund
about
for my
that.
kid.
I don't want to think we're gonna change subject, everybody.
Yeah, you don't think about what we put into this hobby.
No, I don't tally it up anymore. I don't think about it. I do respect my electricity bill going down though, so that's nice. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I don't typically add up anything. Way
Well,
too depressing.
I've gotten a couple new heaters. I'm done with AC Infinity, so I stretched out and I'm actually trying 2 new ones because I needed them for both tents. And I've been really, really freaking happy with both of them. So it's I got the Spider Farmer version and the Viva Sun version.
What made you go away from AC Infinity? All the influencers tell me that's where it's at.
That's what I'm just sick and tired of because it's all the same. Like when I crunched the numbers and when I looked at even the Viva Sun versus the Spider Farmer, it's like they're all well suited for each other. And I can't tell you how many times I've gone through AC Infinity. I'm just tired of it. And I'm not going to say anything negative. I've purchased too much of it. Yeah. There's other stuff out in the market and I'm ready for something different. You know what I mean? They put out innovation and
do those integrate with it? With the AC, I know a lot of people they're their own standalone things.
So that's the thing I really like. Actually, the best combo I like right now is my humidifiers is interfacing with the controller, because then I don't have 2 separate controllers controlling those things, and you have to try to calibrate or get them battling each other. It's one. I've done it for a while, and it's a big pain in the dick. So
I was gonna say, I think because that's my it's ease of use for me is I get such limited time anymore in my tent that
Well, but all of those, so it's the same thing with any of the platforms anymore. Like the Viva Sun app that I
and they all have
very intuitive, right? They've got a controller. They've got, that's what I mean. Is it's like they all have the same product. They're all the same thing. They do the same thing. We just find ourselves all chasing after the AC Infinity because of their marketing program.
Well, I think actually the only reason why I'm with AC Infinity now is because what I would actually rather have is what you call it? What the fuck is the thing Jeremy uses from Build the Soil that he used
Pulse?
so many times? No, the Pulse is a monitor. It's a strip, the Niwa. I would actually like something like that where it's a smart I mean, I know AC Infinity has one as well, but a smart power strip that I can just plug shit into. It has sensors and has pluggable sensors into it, and I control it through that. The only reason why I haven't done that yet is it can't control variable speed fans, so it's either on or off, and that was not going to work. I mean, it's not going to work for the exhaust fans and stuff where I do ramp up or I change the speeds and stuff. So I think that's the only reason why I haven't. And they're not cheap either. I think that strip is like $200.
Oh yeah.
But I'd much rather have something like that.
And in all fairness, right, and for all transparency, I still have all my AC Infinity controllers and all that sort of stuff. Fantastic. I went through, on the same level of transparency, I've gone through 3 humidifiers. That heater blew in a month. I had problems with their fans early on and went through a couple of those. But I also had one that lasted for a very long time. So I guess my point of it is we just kind of, I felt like I cornered myself into AC Infinity just based on the platform, which is by design. I get it. You know, if I'm going to add something to it, I might as well have it integrate.
First out too?
Yes, yeah. I think they come out with some of the first tech that comes with it, and then everyone now, it just kind of seems the pattern is to wait till second generation comes out, right? Because we all know, hey, it's a great idea, and then second gen comes out and they fix kind of the problems that all started with their fans, right? And they're always pushing for, as I just saw, Kyle Cushman clearly has gotten connected with AC Infinity because he's got every piece of heater, humidifier, dehumidifier, and they all do. They're great at it. They're great at
they're all
having
playing the game now. Have you seen these influencers? They're actually running it depends on what video you watch of them. Either they're pimping Vivo Sun or AC Infinity. It's like either one. It's like whoever's going to give me the money for that video. And
exactly.
It just shows how interchangeable a lot of these things are, and it really does not matter when it comes to that.
And that's where I was at with it. I was like, let's see what these things actually do, because they're performing really well. Like, it's a new technology for both of these heaters. They're very small, right? One's only 500 watts. Right,
the other 700 watts in a box for a. I don't even want to look when I ordered it. I don't even want to see the date because I know it's at least 6 months. It may even.
That's the one that burned out on me. Within a month. Yeah,
well,
in a month.
I was hearing
it did. It burnt out in a month.
Problems, and I was just like, it's sat in a box. Like, I'm not even going to deal with this. You know what works? My radiator heater in there. That works just fine.
Yeah,
and for the tents that are too small, I have a reptile bulb in there, and that works just fine.
Yep, I ended up getting a new oil heater in there, but it was so much power. It was sucking for wattage, and it would get so hot fast. It was too much.
You can't get a radiator heater less than 750 watts, and that's the problem. And that's the one I do have. Manual dial on it and everything. I think I got it at Ace Hardware for super cheap. But that's the smallest I can find. And that's a lot. That's a lot of wattage.
Yeah. So the ones that I've gotten have been performing really well. It holds a really steady temperature in there and is not running constantly. So I feel like it's right sized for it. And so I guess the ultimate point is, like, I think that they're all the same. You know what I mean? Like,
They've just got a different shiny plastic shell on them.
Yeah.
It's like it's similar technology. They of course they're like any other competitive product. They're going to be like, well, ours does this a little bit better, but as always, is just kind of led by AC Infinity puts something out, and then they come behind it. But they're all solid products. So
I kind of just equate it to the Apple and versus the Apple versus Android stuff. It's just kind of you've got a platform that you enjoy, and that's what you go for. Because mine. I've most of my stuff at this point is ACI, so kind of might as well, integrate what I can to keep it easy for me. But yeah, it's all the same. And it was the first thing there when I went searching for it because marketing and everything else. So,
yep.
And I think they were the first ones with like the app integration and stuff like that. And that's what I when at the time when I was looking is what I wanted. I wanted to be able, I know I grow in the basement. I live upstairs. I need to be able to like monitor remote, when my dehumidifier is out of water. I don't need to find it, a day later. I need to know, almost ASAP.
Right.
Yeah, that's the same grow situation I'm in. Yeah, like I'm in the basement and then living up there. And yeah, definitely being able to have that connectivity to monitor everything is clutch.
Speaking of growing in a basement, you're going to be growing a sour Durban soon. With us, like a couple weeks. You're signed up. Contract is signed.
Okay, well, I need someone to help me with that contract because life has been lifing and I completely missed the drop. So
no, there's definitely a seed that can be made to go your way.
I'm sure that
I know Rev and I both have packs of seeds. So
I picked up some Durban Piff.
Oh, you got the Durban Piff, all right.
Yeah, then I got the Maui.
Is it bad? I've never heard of Piff Coast before. Other than I think it's a breeder. I've never heard whatever it's crossed with. I've never heard it before. So.
Yeah, apparently it's a haze.
It's like an old school New York haze. Yeah, because it's like New York City type thing, and some people would call it haze, some people would call it piff, so it was just kind of like that whole branching off different
so do you smoke it and start wanting to give the finger to people and tell them to fuck off and get an attitude? Like, what is New York about?
Well, it is balanced with, it is crossed with the sour Durban, so you'll find some sort of mental health in there somewhere.
Just a bipolar joint the entire time.
Right.
Yeah, looks like it'll be here Saturday.
Oh, did they already send out the shipping on it? Awesome.
Yeah, it's in transit. He's been working. You know what? Props to Daz because he went through a lot of bullshit with this drop. And fuck all the haters. Whoever wanted to take him down, he still survived. And you know what? He not only did he survive and have a very successful drop, but you know what? The people that bought from him are gonna benefit as well because he's tossing in a pack, an extra pack, and then I think Reserva, Stony the Night Owl is tossing in a collab pack. So like you buy one pack, you get 3 packs just for something that was it's just a bad situation, but he's making it right. I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's tenacity right fucking there, man. I'm really
can't keep him down.
Yeah,
he rolled with it. He rolled with all those punches. And that base camp, it's the base camp from Stony.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm stoked for that. I'm stoked for all the packs. I really love how he took care of everyone, and even though we all support him, we've all been around no matter what, even if he didn't do those things. But it just shows he really cares, and that is part of we're in this community, and we stick with the breeders that we do, because we look out for them, they look out for us, and they're not like, I'm sure everyone's heard by now, they're not like the fuckers going with the toad venom drama and everything and pissing all over each other. He stays out of it, takes care of people, we take care of him, and
dude.
Community.
Yeah, I mean, I was heavily considering not getting it on this drop, and just being like, I'll dab on my toe. And then as the week went on, I was like, fuck, totally gonna be in on this. But I'm only gonna buy one fucking pack.
I did only buy one. I was gonna buy the Banana Isle. I came very close. And I'm like, and I just only did 1 pack. I was like, I just all I could do.
You know what? I said there's not going to be many opportunities like this to happen. This was before even in the drama, and I was like,
Yeah.
because he put out a bunch of the fast photos too,
Yeah.
and I thought that was super cool. And I'm starting to dabble into photos, and so
I would love if anyone got that lemon one. I would love to swap.
Oh man, I almost
what I
almost got
Yep.
it.
Yep. That's the one I want.
I had a list, and it was so nostalgic when the shop was open, and I was looking at the site, and like I had bought from when he was on Seed Bazaar before, so it was just like it tickled every part of that nostalgia.
Well, I have to also. I mean, I guess if I gave Daz some props, I think what really the White Knight on the Dark Horse came in. There's a show title for you, but Dark Horse. I think often sells his stuff through the Seed Bazaar.
Yes,
and I know him and Zaz work together, and that's really what came in clutch. Is like that's where it was.
Yep.
And went flawlessly from what I saw, though, and I didn't see any complaints once it was there. It handled it just fine.
You know what? I happened to like pop over just to see. I was gonna go look at descriptions, and saw a link and clicked on it. And admittedly, I used to be I think I still am a premium member of the Seed Bazaar. Just never stopped paying. So there you go. You got it right. And I just happened to be on an older laptop that I was like, oh shit. And I clicked on it and it jumped right to the page. And I was like, let's go.
Nice.
Everything was
there's
there.
Another thing. He released the site early. Like if you knew some people and found out about it, I mean, he was releasing code words for
Follows his socials.
But then like it got out like through the community that where it was at, and you were able before even the drop was live, it was there. And so like if you wanted, it was kind of like, I mean, it worked for his benefit too, because it's kind of like a slow stress test of things.
And you know what? That's what I thought.
It was wonderful.
When I walked away from it, I'm like, that is fucking brilliance, because he tried it direct and they cut him off. He reset it and then they cut him off again. This time he told a fake time, fake place, and in the last minute changed the curtains right from underneath them. Fucking brilliant, man. Yeah. I am duly impressed.
Very smooth. I had no problems. My shipments here on Saturday as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just brilliance. And the way he turns his shop around and the way that he's handled his customer service, I'm sure everyone that's listening to this that purchased it is already seeing that screen. So we're not even going to give the disclaimer, but going forward, anyone that ever questions it, just check your credit card. If it was charged, you're square. You're square. He will make good with it.
Speaking of, I guess we're just in a roll on plugs here, but by the time you all are listening to this, we're only a few days away from our good buddy Alabrije's drop too. So let's stress test his site. I think there's only 50 packs of this one. I think that's what Gannon
why are
was
you
saying.
telling
maybe
them?
50. Oh, that's fine. I'll still get it. I'll fight you for it. I'll cut you, whatever. Especially this one, because of the descriptions. It's a good mix between narrow and broadleaf, but it's mixed ratio stuff like that's mixed in there that can present either way. Some are higher in THC, some are lower THC, but higher in CBD. And so this is going to be a good medicinal drop. I think it'll scratch everyone's itch. So that'll be, what day is that? March 4th, maybe?
Third
Tuesday.
Perfect.
Right? Is that what it is?
Yes, it is. At
March
4:20. If we're gonna do the whole, it's the chill vibeha. I don't know how it's gonna be pronounced, but not that I'm planning to try to snag a pack. It's not on my phone saved in my calendar.
March 3rd, because he does these on the moons, and so March 3rd is the worm moon. So that must be when it is. So yeah, that's gonna be a good one to get in. And I just lost. I kept on telling myself March was gonna be an expensive month for drops, and there was another one. I forget what I was gonna spend money on. Anyways, I probably shouldn't be spending money on it, but there's something out there that I am.
Can't take it with you.
Nope. Hey, you know what? And when these seeds are illegal in November, I'll have quite the seed vault.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm doing is preservation.
that was either it's going to be a giant, either at some point we're going to be like, well, fuck, maybe we didn't need to buy all those seeds, but I'm also at the stage where that was part of the reason I got those photo periods from Daz. It was like, who knows, man? Like I've got photos to grow for a little while. Just started, I'm only, it's the slowest things in the world, but it's going now, so it'll be a long time before I do another one. But eventually I'm gonna evolve into it, and I don't want to miss out on the opportunity for it. So I don't want to think that way, but it is very potential that things could change drastically, and so I'm being selective about what seeds I purchase between now and then.
Yeah, I think well, that's what I was going to spend money on. Is I'm going to get a pack of Missing Bow from Fruitful. That's what I'm waiting on.
Is there a drop or something? Like
no,
you haven't quite told this story.
Special homie connection, I think.
No,
I was talking with them and seeing if there was anything available. And I think there's an extra pack. Just kind of like even today he posted purple peels. Like he had some extra packs that got posted because people didn't pay. So they just worked out to my advantage, and so sometime soon we'll coordinate that, and I'll get a pack of Missing Bow. And I'm really interested in because, like you all know, that I'm huge into do-si-dos. I really love Archive, and Missing Bow uses Rainbow Belt 1.0. They're like on 3.0 now, but it's like a really older, I think, version of Rainbow Belts from Archive, which has, I think, the parent is Moonbow, and the parents of Moonbow has do-si-do. So this is just my connection to do-si-do.
And those are supposed to be good for washing.
Yeah, if he has hunted it, if he's grown it, like you can guarantee that's his primary, that's his focus. That's just like Bloom, like that's their focus. And
that's kind of why I picked up this pack. It's going to be when I try to make my attempt at washing, I am going to use that pack.
Yep, I think that would be that. That's you're fucking coming out the gates hot. You're gonna first wash. It's gonna be using something like that. Jeez,
why doesn't everything return like this?
Well, I have extra seeds. I should send you Bloom Strawberry 2.1, which I've grown twice now and is awesome flower, but it's supposed to be a washer as well.
Awesome. I mean, fall.
Yeah, I actually, I'm wondering, like, what is any of you know what is the obsession with banana right now? Like, it's like everyone's fucking has a banana cross.
I think it's just it's that thing that comes and goes in waves. Like, people were trying to look for old school stuff, and then it was grape for a while, and then it was just like candy, and then it was candy gas, and now it's going to be banana. Then it's probably going to be banana gas. Then it's going to be back to chem again.
I need the lemon gas to come back. Like that. That's my favorite. Like, love it. Give me a little pledge scent, like lemon pledge with a little gassy tone to it. Yeah, that's perfect for me.
I've got orange gas sitting right next to me right now.
Yeah, I had
really anything citrus and gas. It's just for me. Works really well. Yeah,
I had picked up some Don Mega Rosin when I was in Vegas just over the weekend, and it is so putrid. It's just like, ooh, just catches you and grabs you. You find that thing and it's perfect.
Yeah, it works out. I was just listening to something that depending on what nutrients you give, it can pull out different terpenes that you typically wouldn't pull out.
Yeah.
Or at least not in higher concentrations. And limonene and humulene are two of them, especially humulene. It's present in a lot of, and I can fucking smell it a mile away because I love beer and love hops. And actually that's what got me smoking, is because a lot of like the do-si-do type strains and those things had a hop smell to it. I would open it up and I would smell. I'm like, oh, this is fucking heaven. It doesn't usually. So there. I mean, it doesn't. It's not in all strains, but it is in some, and it's usually in low amounts. But I can detect it. But there are ways in which you feed the plants that can pull that out more. I gotta experiment with that. That would be fucking awesome. Pull that out. Put some limonene, some humulene, and a little bit of gas out, and I will be fucking going to the races. I would love it.
Nice.
Which is funny because I'm a broadleaf fan, but I love the lemon. Like, it works out well for my brain. So if I can get a broadleaf dominant lemonine strain, I'll be good.
It's where I've been getting a lot of those orange bubble gum or citrus bubble gum.
I don't think
Those
I've
have
had
been-
bubble gum. I don't think I've had any of that yet.
I'm looking for a good bubble gum. That's kind of been on my to-do list of
Mhm.
searching, but I've had a couple citrus bubble gums that have been pretty nice. They've been pretty good for my brain. So it's that, and then the citrus gas is the other one that's good for my brain. So if
Yep.
it's as good as it is for me, that citrus bubble gum might work for you.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, I've heard people rave about strains that have bubble gum in it. I've never come across it. But you know what? I may have come across it, but my nose sucks so much that I definitely, there's a couple terpene profiles that I can pick out. Really, like citrus, I absolutely can pick out. Gas, I can pick out. Other than that, it starts falling short really quick.
Rotted
When people are
fruit.
like earthy, peppery, candy, I don't get it. So if it smells like an orange or smells like I'm smelling my gas tank or something, that's what I can tell. But should we ask Gromie the questions, Stoney?
Yeah, well, I think, isn't there one question? I mean, now that we're completely thrown off since Rev's not here, doesn't he normally ask one question of all of us first?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think I got a good one I can probably pull out.
Okay.
And it got me thinking, Gromie, when you were talking about your flowers, and I grow flowers quite a bit into my garden. It's been now is my second or third year of doing it. Even grew it winter in my garage. Grew in some flowers in there just for shits and giggles underneath the light. But when we think about flowers coming up, it's spring, we're fucking planting gardens and we're all getting ready for indoor and outdoor, all that sort of stuff. But if we were a flower, so if you were going to be a flower, this sounds like something Rev would ask us, right? If you were going to be a flower, one to represent you, which one would you be?
Oh, I think this is fairly easy right now. Nasturtium. It's a flower that we've started growing here. Every year we pick new colors and we go 3-4 different types of nasturtiums in our garden. And they are fairly good self-seeders. We've actually got several to come back the next year and grow in our yard. I mean, I'm in the forest, so it's forest floor, but we've had several, pop up and start again. And so we've every year keep throwing nasturtiums out. So I'd probably say nasturtium right now.
Nice. Howling?
All I took was Gromie's quite edible.
I was gonna go the same way. We can candy them, the whole 9 yards. They're quite
candy them?
delicious. Yeah, they're quite delicious. Yeah,
I've tried them once. I grew a purple one, I think, and it was pretty cool. I actually want to start an indoor like herb type garden and have edible things like that, and that'd be awesome.
And aren't they don't they do a little bit of IPM as well, nasturtiums?
I believe
Probably.
they have something that it's either I don't think they're an attractant because nothing touches them really. Like they just grow. So they probably are some sort of repellent because we don't spray them, we don't touch them, and they just grow.
Right. Cool.
Oh, well, this is interesting because I'm reading about nasturtiums, and the same reason I'm going to pick what I'm going to pick is also true for nasturtiums. Is I'd be a marigold, and because a lot of people, they want to plant marigolds and they think that they repel pests, and they actually don't. They're a trap crop, and this nasturtiums are a trap crop as well. They attract certain pests away from whatever crop you have. Now, yes, they like marigolds deter like rabbits and stuff. They don't like to bite on them, but like when it comes to aphids and all those, like they actually bring them in, and they want to eat off the marigolds before they eat off of another plant. And I would pick that one if I was a flower. It would be that, because a lot of my personality is trying to take away troubles people have or hassles that they have or anything like that. And so I would be a trap crop, and yeah, I would just pick marigolds. I probably would pick nasturtiums just because I think they are prettier. I did not know until this moment that they were a trap crop, though.
I will add to your marigolds. We plant them every year in between our tomatoes. The slugs will eat those over our tomatoes all day long, and they will not touch our tomatoes.
Yep.
We sacrifice. It's like we call them our sacrificial plants. They just get planted to be eaten.
Yeah, I was gonna plant. I learned this because I wanted some color in my tent, and I was like, oh, I'll plant these like around my plants and stuff, and they'll deter pests, and I won't have pests in my tent. And then as I researched, I'm like, no, the pests will be there. They'll just be on those plants, and I'm like, I don't want to attract them at all. Like that's terrible. But yeah, that's what I would be.
Nice. Too tall?
I'd probably be a sunflower.
You stand all bright.
Yeah,
down to people.
Stand.
Just being all the way up there, just enjoying the sun as I have my pale, pasty face just exposed. But yeah, just being super tall and just swaying in the breeze, just having a good time.
See, I picked you for the short teddy bear sunflowers.
Yeah.
They're real fluffy and soft.
I was almost going to go with borage, but I figured sunflower fits me a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what about you, Stoney?
You know, when I asked the question, not confidently knowing my own answer, I'm a little bit, chasing the ADHD, but I have, I've had dahlias were pretty awesome. I loved growing those. I enjoyed them, but I'd say probably, and sunflowers, I think is probably my favorite one to grow because of the varieties, and just watching those stalks get giant and massive is really fun. But this year, I think it's going to be all about zinnia. It's a new flower, and
are you fucking kidding me? I was trying to remember, and I just typed in into Google zinnia so I could
really,
because I was like dahlias. I'm like, I know those petals, but that's not what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
I think it's zinnia. It's like,
yeah. So zinnias this year, I've got like 4 or 5 this year that I'm focused on. So it's a brand new year, brand new flowers to grow for someone that's pretty amazing in my life. So, it's a nice one to sit back. I've got 4 of 5 of them, so I'm gonna say zinnias because it's just all about a new garden, a new season for me. So,
nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Those are beautiful flowers too.
Mm-hmm.
So fingers crossed that I can get a bunch. I've got 4 or 5 of them that I'm going to do in different plots, but I chose colors really carefully from Baker Creek seeds, man. I'm really excited about this garden. Plus I've got a bunch of my sunflowers left over. So everything that was there last year, plus all the zinnias, I got a bunch of new coxcombs, celosias, I think they are. And some poppies I think are going to go in this year too. I'm gonna try and get some poppies to grow. So
I think those need the stratification or something like that too.
I think that I tried that last year and I did not have much success with them before. And then one time I just threw them out. Was this 3 or 4 years ago? And then they did grow. So I think probably what happened was some freeze that happened in it. So
I think if they are the ones I'm thinking of, you can sprinkle them in an ice cube tray, and then your soil is just starting to thaw on the top, you can step them into the soil. Basically, drop it on, and just step that ice cube into the soil, and you're done.
Oh, nice. I've also seen. Have you ever heard or seen when you make like a cornstarch gel or an arrowroot gel?
No.
You make a gel, right? So you bring water to the boil, and with cornstarch, you add like a slurry of it, and it will make a thick gel. And then you cool the gel down, and then you can freeze it in there, and then you can do like sticks. So that's like for carrots and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So if you want to grow like long sticks of it, and then same sort of concept of like, then you don't have to like freeze seeds next to each other. They're in this sort of stabilized moisture environment. And apparently the gel makes it so that the water is a little bit more flexible and doesn't, not as harmful, but it's still able to access. It's almost like agar, like on a plate. You know what I mean?
And that might be carrots have a little bit bigger of a seed than poppies. And
Those
so
tiny
my
fucking poppy seeds are trying to do one in each individual cell. I'm like, this is
so yeah, that you just dump a bunch of them in.
right. Yeah. So that's a good question. So now we got to get to our questions for Rev, because he's going to double check. He's once he goes through the editing and executive producing for us, so can't let him down. So Too Tall, you can help me with these on his questions. These are for you, Grommy.
Yes. And of course, as is tradition, you're not married to these, so no anxieties about it. So, what's your favorite movie?
I would probably say Grandma's Boy.
Nice.
It's a solid choice.
All right.
Super Troopers is up there. I could
Okay.
probably quote Grandma's Boy if I had to.
Okay. Nice.
Nice. And what's your favorite musician or musical act or anything like that?
Based on my records, it's going to be either, if you're rock, Deftones and their spin-offs of his Palms and Crosses, or on the rap side, it would be Mac Miller.
There we go.
Nice.
There we go.
And then the final question, what is your other favorite piece of media or something?
Well, I've started reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. I picked it up at the beginning of this year, and I am now in book 6 of it. So
Oh man,
I've
you
just
went down a
been
rabbit hole.
destroying this book series. So I would say that one right now.
Man, that's dedication. 6 books into it.
Yeah, I got a lot of
And
time.
a toddler.
Well, I mean, so I read it on my phone, so I'm usually just kind of following him around as he destroys the house.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's a pretty good. It's been a pretty good distraction. It's a fun one. If you guys ever grew up playing Smash TV on like the Super Nintendo, it's like aliens come to Earth and they, you gotta. It's almost like a televised, slaughter.
Awesome.
So it's a very weird book. It's just hitting a spot right now. Escapism.
Keep after it, dude. Everyone needs escapism in this day and age, for crying out loud. Heck, that's half the reason I get on here with all of you guys every couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been great to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. I know I guess now's the time. Normally he asks for shout outs, but I'll say maybe some closing thoughts or a finishing thought. Anybody got a finishing thought? Too Tall?
No, same thing I say every week. Just love each other.
Yeah. I think for me it's probably about the spring and new beginnings and all sorts of new things that are starting to happen. It's going to get a little crazy and a little wonky for the next week or so. I think we're in a weird retrograde. But keep your chin up. Spring's coming. Freeze your fucking seeds and thaw them back out. And correct us whatever word striatification I think I keep going with it too. Get your seeds ready and get them out there, whether it's cannabis or seeds going into your garden, or you saw the smiles, or if you've seen us, or if you probably heard the laughter when we got to talking about things that we grow indoors and outdoors. So just keep chasing. So
my smile was because I'm not growing anything.
Yeah, but we got you. We know you're fucking growing. You're right around the corner. It doesn't take that long.
Soon. Very soon.
Any other parting words, gentlemen? All right. Well, listen, take good care of yourselves and everyone around you. Have a wonderful day, evening time, whenever you get to listen to us. Thank you for putting us in your ear and your eyeballs. We appreciate it. And we will see you guys all sooner than later.
See you.
Later.
See you guys.
Bye.